Hey everybody, we just went to see... Hey everybody, we just went to see Diary of a Teenage Girl.
This movie is about... It was about a girl finding herself in her sexuality in a very uncomfortable sort of way.
It's a coming-of-age story about a teenage girl who has an affair with her mother's boyfriend and uses that as a starting point to explore her sexuality.
There isn't a movie that we've seen since we started this that I've more wanted someone to suffer in.
The teenage girl was played by Belle Powley, who did a wonderful job, and she's a British actress, and she's actually portrayed an American teenager very, very well. When she was sad, I felt sad. When she was happy, I was kind of elated, and when she was confused, I was confused. I mean, if this had been a Hollywood film, she's not what you would normally expect, especially one that's about teenage sexuality. Usually they tart up the teens as much as possible.
I do not enjoy drama. There are some things that are drama that I do enjoy that are very well done, and admittedly this movie was very well done, but a lot of the characters in it were losers.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dicks in this movie.
Oh my god, they're all dicks. Everybody in this movie is a bad person.
Well, I like to call them complicated people.
I like watching movies with characters that I can respect on some level. Any level.
I found all of them to be sympathetic in some ways, but also to be really abhorrent in other ways, so.
About 2/3 of the way into the movie, they draw a connection between the main character and Patty Hearst.
Because it takes place around the time of the Patty Hearst incident. So there's a lot of questions about, well, how do you fall in love with your captors? How much agency did Patty Hearst have in what she did? And you know, we see it all from her perspective, so she seems to be making all these choices on her own. But as the movie goes on, you start to think, well, how much of it is her making these choices on her own, and how much of that is her being manipulated by this older man who should know better? Now, the film was shot in a very indie-tastic sort of way. It's indie filmmaking, artsy-fartsy filmmaking even.
I feel that everything in this movie, except for maybe the animation at the beginning, contributed to the story and made it a really good movie.
I really loved the soundtrack to this film.
It was remarkably well done, and the characters were really good, and the acting was amazing, and it was a good movie. I just didn't really like it.
I did get swept up in it. It was a very emotional film. I think it was a very good film. But I hesitate to say that I liked the film just overall.
If you want to watch movies with people that you can respect, who make good choices, who you can look up to, this is not the movie for you. If you want a good story and can look beyond characters that suffer, or maybe want to see the darker, grittier side of humanity, then this would be a good movie for you. But if you're like me, then no.
Belle Powley did a wonderful job in this film as the titular teenage girl.
Boo! Boo!